3 VHF calls that you need to know. Not only if you need to use them, but if you are listening to the radio, you need to identify what the calls are and how to respond. Hi, Captain Jeff from the Sailing Academy. Going over a couple of VHF basics here. Now I'm using the handheld VHF for the video, but if it is a call that you need to make, I'd rather you use the ship's radio. The antenna is usually at the top of the mast. You're going to get much further range than you will from a handheld. So the first call that most people have probably heard of is Mayday. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. The only time you would use that call is if there's imminent loss of life aboard the ship or imminent loss of vessel. So apart from that, you don't want to use that call. If you hear a Mayday, you need to stay on station and see if you can render assistance if possible, or relay that message to the Coast Guard, and they'll be able to help that ship. One time, some friends of mine were out. They heard a Mayday call on their ship's radio. The couple who was aboard the boat had sunk, and they were sitting in their life raft, and all they had was a handheld radio. They were making the Mayday call. My friends could hear the call on their VHF, but it wasn't strong enough to reach the Coast Guard station. So they relayed the message to the Coast Guard station, send somebody out, and the couple was saved off their life raft. Now, the second call that's really important to know is a pon pon pon. Pon 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 is not an emergency, but it is a dangerous situation is occurring. Let's say someone falls overboard and you're en route doing the man overboard drill to go back and pick up the victim. You can put out a pon 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 to let everybody know that there's a dangerous situation occurring. Steer clear of your ship, watch for the person in the water, and maybe possibly assist if necessary. The third radio call is Securite. You say all these calls 3 times and then your ship's name. So Securite, Securite, Securite. Then you can identify your ship, then tell what the situation is. Securite is a informational navigation or information for navigation hazard. If you see a log floating in the water or an obstruction, or if there's a big ship in a narrow channel, then you can give a Securite call out to let other boaters know to be cautious as they approach that same area. For example, I'm about to go into a narrow channel, and this is a 63-foot boat. So I would say Securite, 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 any concerned vessel, Arabella inbound, channel X, any concerned vessel, please respond. And then if I listen for a second, I don't hear anything, I can say nothing heard, Arabella approaching inbound channel, whatever the channel is. Now, when you're using your VHF radio, couple of tips: don't chew the mic, so don't speak into it like this. It's going to come out really garbled. You want to talk across the microphone. So hold it beside your head, push in the talk button for the whole time you're talking, and I'll usually give it a second or two. Sometimes there's a little bit of a delay and when the microphone turns on. So hit that, count to 1, 2, Securite, 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 sailing vessel Arabella. And then you can go ahead and tell what the issue is. Talk across the microphone, not into it. Follow our channel for some more sailing tips. Go ahead and like this if they find this helpful.